Thanks for staying with us. The Tamil Nadu Home Department has transferred 30 IPS officials in the state. M. Ravi is the new Additional Commissioner for Traffic in Chennai. Shakil Akhtar is now the Additional Commissioner for Law and Order. Durai Raj is the new IG for North Zone and P. Shivanandi, the new IG for the West Zone. Tight security has been put in place all across Chennai as the Home Ministry ordered all states to step up security after the Pune blast. The city police chief said that police personnel have been stationed at all places of public congregation like the airport, railway stations and bus terminus. Markets and shopping malls have also been put under surveillance. Hotels and lodges are being raided to flush suspicious persons. Patrolling along the coastline has also been intensified. Earlier, Chennai Police Commissioner T. Rajendran spoke to us about his department's action plan.
You see, from time to time we keep getting inputs from state as well as central agencies, but there's nothing specific so far. So what happens when something like what has happened in Pune happens, we take certain measures to step up security arrangements. And for that matter, as soon as we heard of this Pune bomb blast, what we did was to call certain nodal officers belonging to various groups. For example, the hotels, which is a place of congregation. So there's a nodal officer for that. So we called them and cautioned them, saying that they should take all precautionary measures. We called the NASCOM people. Then the temples, beaches, and any place of congregation like the Coimbatore bus stand or both the railway stations. We stepped up our police presence in a very visible manner. And yesterday being Valentine's Day, even otherwise the security arrangements were very tight. And what we propose to do in the coming week is we are trying to identify more nodal officers for various groups. For example, traders and maybe schools, colleges, any place which has a gathering. And we are planning to interact with these people, and anytime we get any kind of alert or if there's anything happening outside the state, we'll just talk to these nodal officers and ask them to put certain security arrangements in place. So that will be done sometime next week.
1 year after the violence at the Madras High Court, advocates across the state have announced a demonstration later this week. They have also decided to abstain from court proceedings on Friday. All this to urge the government to take immediate action against police officers who allegedly spearheaded the attack on lawyers.
Why there is a delay of taking actions against the erring police officials?
That's the question 70,000 lawyers across the state are asking. 1 year ago, this campus witnessed ugly clashes between the advocates and the police. Lawyers and even a judge beaten up, stones pelted at the police, vehicles damaged, and the police station inside the High Court set on fire. 1 year on, advocates are miffed because they believe the government is shielding top cops who allegedly ordered the attack.
Say 19/2/2010, all over the state, the advocates decided to abstain legal proceedings, court proceedings. 1 year lapsed, so far no action taken either by the higher officers or by the government. So we are still patiently waiting for the action to be taken by the government. Even there is no hurdle or impediment for the government to take action against the officers, errant officers.
For a year now, the matter has been fought fiercely in court. The trouble erupted when advocates protested the arrest of 13 of their colleagues for the assault on Janata Party President Subramanian Swamy for his anti-LTTE stance. The case was handed over to the CBI. The Madras High Court held 4 senior police officers responsible and directed the government to initiate disciplinary proceedings against them. The officers sought a stay in the Supreme Court, but a CBI charge sheet has not been filed against the said police officials. The court has now asked the CBI to produce the case diary. The next hearing is slated for Thursday.
The violent clashes between the lawyers and the police that took place on February 19, 2009 seems to have left an indelible mark on the history of the Madras High Court. A year later, temperatures continue to run high and there seems to be no closure at hand. In Chennai, with camera person Damodran, Mithila, NDTV Hindu.
Union Textile Minister Dayanidhi Maran has received a lot of appreciation for completely turning around the textile industry in a short period of time. Speaking at a jute festival in the city, he told us how he was able to spin profits out of the yarns.
Basically, it was possible because yes, we were minus 15% when I took over as a ministry. We gave a lot of stimulus packages to the industry, and I also got it because the industry, the basket, more than 80% of the exports were going to Europe and US. So as a part, we said, look east. We decided to take the industry beyond Europe and US markets. We took them towards the Japanese market, the Korean market, and also the South African countries, and also the Brazil, South American countries. It has proved to be successful now. The continued support to the industry has made this possible, and especially at a time when the industry was starving for finance, we were able to give 2,574 crores in 3 days as the what is the eligibility for the technology upgraded funds. This has really helped them in the cash-stripped market. So basically, we were able to all our stimulus packages worked correctly, and we acted very timely.
On to some cricket action now. Centuries by Virender Sehwag and Sachin Tendulkar ensured that India pushed towards a big score in the first innings of the second test in Kolkata. Sehwag was dismissed by Jean-Paul Dumini, but not before he had scored a dominating 165. Tendulkar, on the other hand, crossed the 3-figure mark as well, his 47th in Test cricket, before he fell to Paul Harris for 106. The duo put together 249 runs, taking India past the South African first innings score of 296. However, India lost successive wickets after they fell, keeping the match poised interestingly. At stumps on day 2, India are at 342 for the loss of 5 wickets, with VVS Lakshman and night watchman Amit Mishra at the crease. Still ahead on the late night news, our reporter Salim gets on a one-of-a-kind ride.